Hennythemoor reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing today? And we here, man. Hey, we're we're a little bit over 24 hours away from the Dallas Cowboys kicking off their Monday night football matchup against the Los Angeles Chargers. Until this day, I still want to say the San Diego Chargers. Probably still gonna call them the San Diego Chargers. They don't belong in Los Angeles. They don't really have a fan base that shows up, but whatever. But we're gonna talk about some final thoughts, final keys to victory over here in the liquor store, man. I know it's Sunday. Liquor store is open on a Sunday, so even though you're not gonna probably get belligerently drunk, you ain't gonna get drunk to the point where you forget what you did the day before. You know, you probably had a fight that you forgot about. Try to holler at some females you forgot about. I know y'all be getting passed out drunk on the weekend, but since it is a Sunday, you probably just gonna need to come over here and sip on a little bit of communion wine with your boy, man. So just slide on over here. We're gonna talk about our final thoughts on this Dallas Cowboys versus Chargers matchup. We're gonna have ourselves a good time, man. So get you a snack, a refreshment, put your order in the liquor store, man. We're gonna jump right into it. But y'all know the usual rules and regulations, though, before we jump into the content. First and foremost, I need y'all to hit that like button for your boy. The more likes that you get on a video on whatever platform you're watching on, the more that platform will promote it. So if you got love for your boy Henny, make sure you hit that like button on the way into the liquor store. Right, make sure you hit that like button. After you hit that like button, man, make sure you turn right back around and hit that share button. Because we are trying to manifest that 6th championship over here in the liquor store, man. We're trying to manifest that 6th championship. So make sure, hey, be like that, man. You know we monetize over here, man. But hey, salute to my boy Dumb and Talk for sliding over here and showing love to the platform, man. But yeah, man, make sure y'all hit that share button as well, because we are trying to manifest that 6th title over here in Dallas Cowboys country, right? So share the content 6 times, man. Share the content 6 times. You can share it to 6 different Facebook groups. You can share it to 6 different group chats. You can share it to 6 different social media platforms. And if you drop emojis like my boy Justin Kitchen, make sure you drop 6 of them. I see my boy with the 6 championships. Hey, with the way the Dallas Cowboys played last week, we need all the good luck, all the blessings, all the good fortune to come our way. So help us, right, manifest that 6th championship. So if you drop emojis, drop 6 of them. Share the content, share 6 times. Yo, what's up with you, Javier? He said this is an underrated team, and we need to be very careful. We cannot take them for granted, and I hope they don't. Listen, after you lose by 30 points, you do not take anybody for granted. The Dallas Cowboys are not being nonchalant about their preparation for the Los Angeles Chargers. I fully expect that this whole week was a little chippy. And apparently from the wording from and listen, Brandon Cooks did not outright say this out loud, but with the way that with the word that he used, Dak Prescott has been on their ass a little bit about performing. Right, so I expect for them to come out and put their best foot forward. But yeah, man. Hey, what's up with you, Joe? I see you tapping in, my guy. So yeah, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. And make sure that you slap the shit out of a Chargers fan, man. That's who the op is this week. You know, that's our competition. And I know you probably ain't gonna see a Chargers fan. I don't personally know a Chargers fan. Never met a Chargers fan in my life, if I'm not mistaken. So if you can't find a Chargers fan, make sure you slap the shit out of Kellen Moore, right? Because he is over there. You know, he a former Dallas Cowboy coach, former Dallas Cowboy assistant. He gonna try and show his naked ass against us. So, hey, we gonna have to go out there and shut that boy down. So, if you can't find a Chargers fan to slap the shit out of, you can slap up Kellen Moore. And if you do that, I will be able to give you half off on all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And you know, we got exactly what you need to succeed over here, man. We got Cowboy Readers, we got gin, we got hen, and everything else in the sun that can make you sin. So tap in with your boy, Hennythemoor, and come get drunk inside the liquor store. Brian Kite, what's Gucci, my boy? I see you. My boy dropped 6 pieces. And hey, pizza is one of my favorite foods, so you did the right thing. Jeffrey, what's up with you, my guy? I see you sliding over here. Hey, Jeffrey said it's only about 12 Charger fans. Hey, listen, Neil probably be done slapped all of them up by the time he come into the chat box. You know, Neil a serial slapper. And if there's only 12 Chargers fans, I think Neil be done slapped them all up by the time he touched down in here, man. So yeah, man, make sure y'all hit that like, make sure y'all hit that share, make sure you hit that Chargers fan upside the head, and also make sure you take this opportunity to hit the Cash App or the Super Chat, man, because we are still raffling off multiple prizes over here in the liquor store, man. We're still raffling off a copy of Madden 24. We're still raffling off a Dallas Cowboy jersey, and we also will be raffling off a Dallas Cowboys bobblehead. Hey, man, I hope Dak does his thing this week too, man. Well, we need him. We need him. This is a bad passing defense. She gonna have to show up in this game. I think that he will, because he usually performs very good after losses. That is his calling card. Like, his bounce back game is usually impeccable, right? So if you're not gonna have a good game against this passing defense, then I don't know who you're gonna have a good game against, and we're gonna have some serious conversations. But yeah, man, it's $5 per raffle entry right now. We're giving away a copy of Madden 24, whatever system, for the winner, a Dallas Cowboy jersey, whatever jersey the person that wins that wants, and the same goes for the bobblehead. So if you want to enter, all you got to do is send $5 to the Cash App or send $5 through the Super Chats or the Super Stickers, because we are monetized now. We're doing a raffle all the way until November the 1st, and we will do the drawing for the raffle on November the 2nd. So if that interests you, hit the Cash App or hit the Super Chats, man. But now that we got that out the way, man, let's go ahead and jump into the content. Keys to victory. And, you know, as my boy Dummy Talk pointed out, Dak Prescott this week is going to be one of the biggest keys to victory. And I'm going to tell you why. The Los Angeles Chargers are not a very good passing defense. They're really not a good defense in general, if we're being honest. Jazzy Jeff, what's up with you, my boy? I see you. If we're being just downright honest, the Los Angeles Chargers are not a good defense overall at all. They got great personnel, as we mentioned numerous times before. They do got Joey Bosa, who is a great defensive player. They do got Khalil Mack, who in his own right is a great defensive player. They do got Eric Kendricks. They do got Asante Samuel Jr. They do got Derwin James, right? They got great names on their defense. But they have not played up to the caliber that you would expect that defense to play. They just have not. And, you know, I always like to provide visual evidence when I go with the numbers. I could always read it off to you. I could always just read it off to you. But, you know, I'd rather y'all would see it with your own two eyes. So, points. Let's start with points. And then we'll go passing, rushing, yada, yada, so on and so forth. They give up a ton of points. So the Denver Broncos, hold on. Let me go ahead and share the screen. Michael Autry, what's up with you, man? I know, man. Hey, but you got to think about it. He and Kellen Moore offense. What does Kellen Moore? Kellen Moore still runs pretty much the same sets that he's been running since Dallas. The only wrinkle that Kellen Moore has gotten into is instead of running his sets from mostly shotgun, he's running most of his sets from the pistol formation this year. Right, that's really the only wrinkle. He's still doing a bunch of curl routes and everything else that we were mad at him about in Dallas. So these are the defenses from the most points given up to the least. So Denver is 32nd. Washington is 31st. Chicago 30th. New York 29th. Carolina 28th. Arizona 27th. 26th. 25th. 24th. So as of today, the Chargers are the 24th ranked scoring defense in the National Football League. They give up only 0.2 points less than a New England team that we beat the brakes off of. All right, so in terms of scoring, they're the 24th ranked scoring defense in the National Football League. They give up 26 points per game, right? So they're not great. They're not great in terms of that. Yardage, right? Like, do they give up a bunch of yardage? Let's see. So they give up the second most yards in the NFL. Second most yards in the NFL. The Broncos give up the most yardage with 440 yards a game. These boys give up the second most yardage, 404 yards. Right? So they give up points. They give up a bunch of yardage overall. Hey, dummy talk. There's no such thing as an easy game. Right? Like we sit here and we say that, but they're not a team that's lost every game either. Like they're 2-2 on the season. So they got 2 wins and 2 losses. Now, granted, they've given every team that they played the opportunity to win the game at the end. Miami Dolphins got the ball at the end of the game and they went down there and scored points. Same thing happened in the other games they lost. Tennessee had the ball in their hands at the end of the game and won it in overtime. The Vikings had the ball in their hands at the end of the game with opportunity to win, but Kirk Cousins threw a red zone interception. The Raiders had the ball at their hands at the end of the game with opportunity to win, but they had a turnover in the red zone as well. So yeah, like your offense should be able to score against this defense. But on the flip side, they got an offense that can also score a bunch of points. That's why they're 2-2 and not 0-4, because they can put up points. So in my opinion, this is either going to be a blowout on our part. We're going to blow them boys out, or it's going to be a shootout. Right? It's going to either be a shootout or a blowout. There's no in between, in my opinion, about how this is going to work. So I believe in our offense and their ability to move the ball against this team, because remember, the 49ers, a defense of that caliber, we're not going to play another defense like that for a very long time. When you're in an offense that's trying to find its way, when you're in an offense that's pretty much new, because this is a new system, a new play caller, new OC. Am I going to go live for the game? I try not to do watch parties for the Dallas Cowboys, because I'll get canceled, and I don't want to get canceled. I did a lot of work to build this platform, but no, I have no plans of going live during the game. Probably do a post game show. But no, this is going to be my last time going live before the Dallas Cowboys go live. All right, but let's continue on this path. So 404 yards a game given up. So let's see what they're doing passing yards wise. Oh, they give up the most passing yards in the NFL per game. Almost 300 passing yards a game. 299.8. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm looking at Mike, Dak, CD, and everybody else sideways. If we come out here and this offense is a dud. Like, I'm looking at them all sideways. Dak, because you're out there on the field making the throws. I'm gonna have to look at you sideways if we don't perform. CD Lamb. Brandon Cooks, I'm looking at y'all sideways, because why the hell aren't y'all getting open if that's the case? Mike McCarthy, you're calling the plays. I'm looking at your ass sideways too. So I'm looking at everybody that has anything to do with the passing offense. Like, you got to go if we don't show up for this game. And I love Dak Prescott. I love CD Lamb. I stood on the table for Mike McCarthy and take over play calling. But, the overall offense itself has taken a step back since Mike McCarthy's been the play caller. Dak Prescott is off to the worst start of his career. Right through 5 games, he's off to the worst start of his career. CeeDee Lamb is on pace for his worst career year ever. Tony Pollard, Tony Pollard was a guy that was a backup running back, and he still somehow is off to the worst start of his career. Right, so when it's one player underperforming, you chastise the player. But all 3 of your best offensive players are off to the worst starts of their careers. That does fall back on the coaches. Like that does. So Dak has to be better, CD has to be better, TP has to be better. But at the end of the day, Mike McCarthy, Like your job as a offensive play caller and pretty much you're the coordinator. I know that Shotty, has that title, but it's your offense. You have to be held accountable. If these guys that we seen perform before are underperforming, and from a management standpoint, it is also easier to replace one manager than it is to replace an entire team. Like just from a managerial standpoint. So Mike McCarthy, if you do not get it together, if you don't figure it out, if you are not able to get the Dallas Cowboys offense, on track against one of the worst defenses in the National Football League, we're looking at you sideways. Because I've seen CeeDee Lamb be an all-pro in a different system. I saw Dak Prescott throw for 37 touchdowns and only 10 picks in a different system. I seen Tony Pollard make a Pro Bowl and rush for 1,000 yards in a different system. So if all three of my primary offensive players are underperforming in your scheme, and I've seen them do good, then Mike McCarthy, you're the first person I'm looking at. Like, I'm going to chastise them as well for performing the way they are. But, the common denominator right now is there's three people that we believe in, and all three of them aren't playing very good football right now. Yo, 434, what's up with you, man? Boy, all three of them are off to the worst starts of their careers. And that says a lot, because CeeDee Lamb was not the number one wide receiver until last year. Tony Pollard was not a number one running back until last year. And we seen Dak when he was a game manager, right? So to put that into perspective, we seen game manager Dak get out to a better start. We seen wide receiver 2 CeeDee Lamb get out to a better start, and we also seen backup running back Tony Pollard get out to a better start. So to sit here and say that it's only one person when the entire offense is going haywire, and you got three marquee guys experiencing a career slump, you have to look at the head of that. For a Life Niner, I ain't forgot I had a funeral to attend yesterday. I did not get a chance to go out. I ain't forgot. And don't spam 49ers hat in here either. I know, I ain't forgot. This is why this is the first time y'all saw me in a couple days, but it's all good. I ain't forgot about it. All right, but continue. Let's continue. All right. So passing yardage, 299.8. Horrible. So let's see what they do on the ground. All right, they're a slightly better rushing defense than even us, but they're still not that great. They allow over 100 rushing yards a game. Still allow about 4.1 yards a carry as of right now. Oh, it's all good for a Life of Niner. You didn't know. But like I said, my brother, I'm still a man of my word. We're going to get that squared away. So, yeah, man. So they're still giving up 104 yards on the ground, over 4 yards a carry. They're not great in any aspect. They're not great in any aspect right now. They're not really good at stopping the run. They're not really good at stopping the pass. And, you need that. He said the Browns and Amari Cooper snapping on that 49ers defense. That's crazy. Must be nice. But hey, I do remember, a lot of folks. And listen, I love our fan base, but sometimes the front office sells us some crazy stuff, and they try in their mind to make it work. Because I had a bunch of fans say, man, we're fine without Amari Cooper. Michael Gallup will pick up the slack. Man, I'm not going to go back down that rabbit hole. But yeah, we've missed Amari Cooper since he left. We've missed Amari Cooper since he's left. Yeah, like we missed him since he's left. Now I know that we've tried to do some things to this year anyway. We tried to do some things to reinforce the wide receiving room. But man, like Amari Cooper was a guy that created his own separation. That's why Dak, loved throwing him the ball. That's what, and that's why he was able to get Amari Cooper the ball a lot. So yeah, I'm sure everybody misses Amari Cooper. He said, unleash Rico. They'll be ready for Pollard. I don't think they'll be ready for anybody. Like at the end of the day, this is not a good defense. Yeah, at the end of the day, this is not a good D. He said Schultz got another touchdown today for the Texans. Crazy work. Crazy work. And that is another person. So it starts with Dak Prescott playing good, but it also comes down to Tony Pollard. And also, the reason it comes down to Tony Pollard, because this is a too high safety team. They play in light boxes. Hey, I will say Ferg is better when Ferg puts up better numbers. I like Ferg's upside, but I would say Ferg is better when he puts up better numbers. The offense does need to drastically improve, but the stats are based on the defense playing outrageously in the wins. Mm-hmm. The original people, what's Gucci with you, my boy? I see you coming through, helping us manifest that 6th title. I see you, my guy. So yeah, man, Dallas Cowboys have to be better. They have to be better than what they have. But I do believe that Dak Prescott will have a better game. I do believe that Tony Pollard will have a better game, and I'm going to tell you why. It's going to go. Yeah, they tied in yards and touchdowns right now. How many touchdowns Ferg got? Because I think Ferg only got one. Dalton Schultz has just got a touchdown today. If what Cuz just said is true. Trey said I agree. Jameson Taylor, what's up with you, my boy? I see you out there, my guy. Thank you for showing love to the platform. All right, so let's continue though, man. But it's gonna go hand in hand though with Dak Prescott and Tony. If you're able to run the football, you're able to sell the play action a little bit more, right? You're keeping teams on their toes. They can't just play you for the pass or play you for the run. Like TP, he didn't have a bunch of yardage, but he also didn't have a lot of attempts either. So be fair to him, because I was very critical of Tony Pollard last game. He didn't really do much when he had the ball, but he didn't really get the ball that much. He only had 8 carries. You can't go out there, right? You can't go out there and beat the 49ers or one of these elite defenses and be a one-dimensional team. There is not going to be a single team that's going to drop back, right, 40 times and beat the 49ers. There's not going to be a single team. If my memory serves correctly, that the Kansas City Chiefs didn't even do it like that. They got a lot of production. They got a lot of production from Damian Williams in that run game when they beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Right, so I don't think you can be a one-dimensional team and beat a complete team like the 49ers. I don't see it. So getting Tony Pollard back on schedule, back on track will be important. They will play play against a bunch of light boxes. He should be able to win up front. We got our complete offensive line, and it should be a long day for the Chargers defense. It should be a long day for the Chargers defense. All right, so let's see. All right, so QBR. So these are the teams that allow the best quarterback ratings. Yeah, these are the teams. No, hold on. This is passer rating. These are the teams that allow the best passer ratings to opposing quarterbacks, meaning the quarterbacks they play be going off. Denver at 1. They allow a passer rating of 117.8. Chicago allows a passer rating of 111.1. Minnesota 110.8. Washington 102.1. Miami also has a very shaky defense, 101.9. Tennessee, Arizona, then the Chargers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're 8th on the list. They have no intention on being on. Yes, so like I said, man, it's gonna be very telling. It's really gonna be very damning if the Dallas Cowboys cannot go up against this defense that has not figured it out and have offensive success. I don't really want Dak Prescott to throw for 5 touchdowns or anything against this team. Give me 2 or 3 passing touchdowns. Let Tony Pollard get involved. Let's play a clean game. Let's score some points. Right? I don't need him to reset the passing touchdown record in this game. But I do need to see our offense show up and be productive. He said we need Cincy to win. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, anytime another NFC team loses, it helps the Dallas Cowboys. Right? So hopefully Cincinnati beats Seattle. What's the score over there anyway? Because I stopped watching to come over here and jump on. What's the score over there? If I could just not be lazy and pull it up. 10-10. Okay. Thank you. 14-10 Cincinnati. Yo, what's up with your 55 Richburg? I see you, my guy. Thank you for coming through and showing love to the platform, my brother. Salute to you. All right, thank y'all for letting me know. Okay, yeah, so odds are since he'll hold on. Bobby Budget, what's up with you, my boy? I see you. So yeah, in the grand scheme of things, though, man, like this is not a great overall defense that we're playing. Like they got great names, but they give up a bunch of points. They give up a bunch of yardage in the passing game and in the rushing game. Right, so Tony Pollard having a 100-yard game, is not outside of the realm of possibility. And Dak Prescott having a 2 or 3 touchdown game with no turnovers is not outside of the realm of possibility. But this is not a great defense. This is not a great defense. Granted, they could play out their minds against us because they have the talent. Right, on paper they have the talent to do so. But I don't foresee. Yeah, Tony Pollard 100-yard game. I can definitely see it. We're not going to sit here and act like Tony doesn't have multiple 100-yard games in his career. He had multiple last year. If I'm not mistaken, he has a 100-yard game this year, right? Like, yeah, he was like top 5 in rushing at one point. Yeah, he rushed for 122 yards against the Cardinals. It would have helped that he rushed for some touchdowns, but Yeah, so I definitely could see it. And I also want y'all to remember, Tony's breakout game in the NFL was against the Chargers. Like in 2021. Like that was really one of the games that put Tony Pollard on the map. Going up against this same Chargers team. I mean, he might need some time, but we need him now. And listen, the beautiful thing about this, we go into a bye very next week, there will be no Dallas Cowboys football. There will be no Dallas Cowboys football. They're gonna be chilling, soaking in hot tubs. You know, we're gonna be laid up with their old ladies. Like they're gonna be recuperating. So, you know, I'm not really concerned, you know, about touches or anything like that. Like this is really a must-win game for the Cowboys. It's a must-win game. Cause like I keep saying it, I keep reiterating this. You feel completely different about your team at 4-2 than you would about your team at 3-3. Like it's a completely different conversation. 4-2, yeah, 4-2. You know, you feel you feel way better about your team. 3-3, 3-3 back-to-back losses. Then you got to sit there and let that shit fester for a whole week. You can't even do nothing about it. Like, well, and listen, some of these folks might be on suicide watch. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Some of these folks already crestfallen and depressed and heartbroken after one bad loss. So imagine what's gonna happen to this fan base if we lose this game. Regardless of how we lose. Like, man, folks is gonna lose their minds. So Dallas Cowboys got to win. They got to move 4-2 and do what they got to do. Yeah, them Texans play who? They the Saints. Let's see the Commanders score. See, Commanders are beating the Falcons right now. I would have preferred for the Falcons to beat the Commanders. Yeah, I think that Tony Pollard needs shit. Give Tony Pollard as many touches as you need to win the game. He said Saints at 4-2 and us at 3-3. No brainer. Shit, we ain't gonna be 3-3 regardless. We winning this football game. We're winning this football game. Another chess match for us will be actually neutralizing the run for the Chargers. Not that they're like this super high power running attack. No way. Yeah, Commanders are up on them. Look like they just scored. So it looks like it's gonna be 24-10 Commanders over the Falcons. So yeah, man. So that is one thing. Like if we can make the Chargers a one-dimensional team and they just consistently put the ball in Justin Herbert's hands, it's gonna be wild. Like we still got a great passing defense. We still got a great pass rush. You know what I'm saying? Like teams beat us when they're able to run the football for a bunch of yards. Like 222 yards, Arizona. In the Arizona game, we lost. 170 yards on the ground against the 49ers. We lost. So yeah, man. Just if we can stop the running attack, I feel so much better about our chances of winning this football game. Make the Los Angeles Chargers a one-dimensional team. I know that Justin Herbert's good. I know Keenan Allen's good. But that's the strength of my defense. The strength of my defense is sacking the quarterback. The strength of my defense is getting interceptions and getting turnovers. That's more likely to happen with them passing the football. So not only do I want my offense to have a good game, I want the offense to take the ball first, go down there and score points. You know, play complimentary football from the jump. Go down there, get some points, put the pressure on Kellen Moore and the Chargers offense to try and get points against your defense. Because at the end of the day, I think it will be easier for the Dallas Cowboys to score on the Chargers than it will be for the Chargers to score on the Dallas Cowboys. even with Austin Eckler back, they don't do no bunch of quarterback keepers or nothing. The stuff that Justin Herbert does on the ground is, off script, scramble drills type stuff. Right? That's stuff for Justin Herbert. He's not a statue by any regards, but So yeah, put the onus on them. Offense, you get the ball first. Go down there, score points against this defense. Put your strength up against their weakness out the gate, right? You go up against their weakness out the gate, and you get it done. Yeah, I like Dalton Schultz. I like Dalton Schultz way more than a lot of people do. I'm not saying he's the god of tight ends or anything, but he was a good tight end for us. Be it a product of the system or not, he played good for us. That's a bunch of touchdowns and a bunch of first downs that left this team. Miami defense is god awful. Miami has a bad defense as well. Yeah, matter of fact, the Miami defense is actually slightly worse than the Chargers defense. But they give up 27 points a game. The Chargers give up 26. So they're not good. Yeah, hey, listen. I'm gonna say this at the same time, because they call dude hot pockets. When you starving, a hot pocket tastes like a steak, kinfolk. Right? Cause we got rid of hot pockets, and like shit, we can't even go back in our pockets and buy nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, we talk about overall production. Overall production, that man best season with like 800 yards and 8 touchdowns. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you like he can block. He was a below average blocker. But as a receiving threat, as somebody that Dak Prescott trusted, like, man, I don't really like doing things like that. I don't like them getting rid of the people that Dak Prescott trusts. Like, he really trusted Amari Cooper. I would have kept Amari over Michael Gallup. I mean, and at this point, we're acting like we couldn't have kept Schultz. I know there was a report that he turned down some money, but like, I would have preferred Ferg and Dalton over Ferg by himself, because Peyton Hendershot is on IR. He ain't did much. Schoonmaker ain't did shit either. So I would have kept Ferg and Schultz over having Ferg and Trey Fargo. Dak Prescott turned down our contract too. Like, if you believe the reports, Dak Prescott turned down multiple contracts by the Dallas Cowboys. If you believe that, he's still here. So I get it. He turned down the initial contract. They could have made him a better offer. He's not here because the Dallas Cowboys did not pursue him the way that he felt he should have been pursued. And also, that's also by the report. Dalton Schultz never came out and said, I turned this down with the woo. Because remember, I just brought up Dak. Let them tell it that he turned down multiple reports, multiple offers. Dak said they didn't offer him nothing. Right? And that's part of the tactics by the front office. When people leave, they say, "Oh man, what the woo? We offered him this amount of money. He's being greedy." And the whole time, a lot of the time, half that shit don't be true. Half the time, that's some stuff that Jerry put out there in the atmosphere, so we can say, well, we offered him a contract. 9 times out of 10, that stuff don't even be true. Because remember, that was a Sports Illustrated. Article, and pretty much the sources. It was a Dallas Cowboys source. He said he thought he had a market. Hell, it be like that sometimes. I said, I hate that Ferg's literally having to be Jason Witten without the playing time. Yep. Said Jerry should have drafted Sam Laporta. I like Sam. I really just wish the Dallas Cowboys weren't in a position where they needed to use a high pick on a tight end at all. Dave Williams said we cut Landon Harper just to go get a linebacker week 5. Crazy how shit works, right? Crazy how that works. But yeah, man, Dallas Cowboys got to win this game. There's no way around it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's crucial, man. It's crucial. Because if you can't beat this team, I don't know what you're gonna do. He said, I'm not gonna overpay for Dalton. Doesn't make sense. You overpaid Tony Pollard. You gave Tony Pollard $10 million, come off a broken leg. Like, you really saved a little bit of money if you had gave Dalton Schultz an extension, because you already gave the man $10 million for a singular season. And so it don't make sense. Look at your tight end room right now. Look at your tight end room right now. You got one person that's making noise. Like, you have a way better tight end room with both Ferg and Schultz than you do right now. So it does make sense. You make your team better. And I'm not gonna talk about other people's money. I'm not paying them. Fuck Jerry Jones' money. I'm trying to win football games. It's like I don't care about what the contract looks like or nothing else. Put the team together. Figure out the financials later. I'm trying to go for 6. Like, I'm not that content creator that pocket watches. I don't care what CeeDee Lamb is gonna make. I don't care what Michael Parsons is gonna make. I don't care what Dak's gonna make. I don't care about none of that. Like, there are 32 teams. All of them have to deal with the cap, with the salary cap. Figure it out. Yo, Jay Bryan, what's Gucci, man? He said the offense has to move both CD and Cooks around and use them. They're right about Coop, but they could do a lot with Cooks too. They also need to use McKeon more than Schoonmaker. At least McKeon out, man. I'm over the tight ends right now. No, I'm over the tight end room right now. Outside of Ferg, Ferg looking nice. Ferg look real good. He said, is Tyreek hurt? Does he got cramps? I'm not sure. I haven't been watching the game. Said Justin Field just got hurt running with the ball. Damn, I hate that for that young man. Prayers up for him. Yeah, Luke does need a breakout game, but I can't listen. I can't keep putting Luke out there to try and prove the front office right when Jake Ferguson is way better right now. Like, Jake Ferguson is a way better complete player than Luke Schoonmaker is right now. He's a way better complete player than him. So they got to figure this shit out though, man. But the beautiful thing about it, the Dallas Cowboys, after losses are like 10-11 or like 10-1, I mean. So after losses, the Dallas Cowboys are like 10-1. After losses, Dak Prescott has a passer rating of over 100. And we're going up against a very below average defense. Great names, but they're not playing good. So I know they're coming off a bye, they're rested, all this other stuff. But we still got good players. Like Dak Prescott, regardless of how he started the season, is still a good quarterback. CeeDee Lamb is still a good wide receiver. Jake Ferguson is still a good tight end. So we got it. We got the adequate enough weapons to attack this defense. We just gotta have better execution and better play calling. Jones wanted a tight end. The draft so bad they took one. Yeah, like I said, they made a bunch of moves that I did not agree with. They made a bunch of moves I did not agree with. But that's the way of the world, man. Sometimes when you're in a business like the NFL, you got to make stupid smart. Like you got to take a bad situation that the front office puts you in, and turn it into, and turn it into something better. So Cleveland 10, 49ers 10. Cleveland defense came to play. Hold that team to 10 points. Hold that 10 to 10 points. So yeah, man. But what y'all thoughts though, man? We're gonna move to the Q&A. I ain't staying on here long. I just didn't want to go a full couple days without looking at y'all, because I'm not gonna jump on and do a show until tomorrow after the game. I'll give my post game thoughts after the game tomorrow. But what's y'all thoughts though going to this game? Let's go ahead and do some Q&A before we close the liquor store down. Yeah, Cleveland has a backup quarterback playing. But that was the issue. Let me pull up your comment, Jay Bryan. He said Luke just is too raw. He blocks well, but not so much that he should be playing over McKeon. I think that's a McCarthy pick, not a Jerry one. They let McCarthy do things his way. It's a possibility. I wouldn't go that far just yet, Jazz at Jeff. I like Rico Dowdle, but one thing I know about Rico Dowdle is that he has not stayed healthy. So I don't really know if I can even let him start. I do think he need more carries though. All right, Jack Guilford says, is it the scheme or Dak? The honest answer is a little bit of both. Right? It's a little bit of both. Dak Prescott, has missed some throws over the course of the year. He's also had multiple red zone drops by players. He's also had some scenarios where nobody was open due to the scheme. So it's a little bit of both. But, overarching thing is if three players on the offense slump, right, and they're doing different things, Tony Pollard slumping, Dak Prescott slumping, CeeDee Lamb slumping, and we already seen them be better than that. Just by that coincidence, you do have to start looking at the scheme a little bit. I also do want to point out one thing. The issue with the offense overall is a little inflated by how bad we played this last game. Right? Because Dak Prescott was 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, over 70% completion, was top 10 in passer rating, QBR, completion percentage in the league, everything, right, before this 49ers game. And then in this 49ers game, he had 1 touchdown and 3 picks. Right, so it's a little inflated how bad the offense has been, because the Dallas Cowboys were leading the NFL in red zone trips, before the 49ers game. Right, we were leading the NFL in red zone trips. We were moving the ball in between the 20s, in between the 20s, at will. So there were things about this offense that was working before the 49ers game. Like the only critique that we had for our offense before the 49ers game, let's not forget, was the red zone. Well, Dallas Cowboys ain't had shit said about red zone last week, and we didn't even make it down there. We didn't even make it down there. So I've seen the offense be decent. I've seen Dak Prescott be decent. Hey, Trey Fargo, that's Dalton. That is Dalton Schultz. He'll make some plays in the passing game for you. He'll whiff on blocks. I'm not denying that he's a bad blocker. I'm just saying he is a good enough tight end that you should have thought about keeping. That's all. Yeah, that is. Oh my God, I know that man can't block. I ain't gonna ever sit on TV and say that he can. I ain't ever gonna say that he can. Said Doodoo Brown got the ball back. What? Brock Purdy threw an interception? Ain't that some shit? He do want to wait to look normal against the damn Browns, wouldn't he? And listen, this is even bigger. If the 49ers lose and we win our game, we're only one game behind them. Same thing with the same thing with the Eagles. If the Eagles mess around and lose, not saying that they are, like, you're one game back. So things like that make it even more important for the Dallas Cowboys to handle business. How are injuries looking? We're not bad, matter of fact, on the injury front. All your offensive linemen are healthy, so you will have your complete starting offensive line. The only people that are hurt, are Leighton Vander Esch, who went to IR. Wanye Thomas is going to be out of the game. Dallas Cowboys are healthy though. Like, all our wide receivers are going to play. All our offensive linemen, all our tight ends not named Hendershot because he went to IR as well. Dallas Cowboys are pretty much healthy. But yeah, Mr. Richburg, like, those are the only people. I'm not sure where you can find the roster, but they will make their final. They'll make their final announcements about who was out and everything else right before the game. Oh my God, 49ers are falling apart a week after they played us. My boy said Christian McCaffrey done got hurt. Man, ain't that about a bitch? I need the 49ers at least healthy when they play the Eagles. God. Debo out with a shoulder. CMC hurt. We never get look. Yeah, I hate that though, man. Yo, what's up with you, Miss Regina Green? Yeah, man, we can't ever get. And listen, bro, that's why I said we need to be manifesting, praying, putting positive energy in the air. The Dallas Cowboys never get any lucky breaks like that when we play teams, dog. We never do. We never get no lucky breaks against no team we be trying to beat. No, it's crazy. It's always usually the opposite for us, right? We always usually have bad luck. That's one of the reasons I want them to put Jimmy Johnson in the ring of honor, man. That's one reason I want them to put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor. I'm a little superstitious. Like, man, this is really the house. This is really the house that Jimmy built. But yeah, what's up with you, Miss Green? I see you. Yeah, I don't know. This is crazy though, man. But yeah, man, I'm finna jump off of here. I just wanted to look at y'all for a little bit. We know what we gotta do, man. We know we gotta do. We know we gotta show up. I'll see y'all after the game, man. After the game Monday, I will go live. Win, lose, or draw. After the game tomorrow, I will go live. Win, lose, or draw. See what they gotta do. So yeah, man. God bless y'all, man. God bless. Enjoy y'all Sundays, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, man.